Okay, hello and welcome everyone. We are in the Thabarwa, South Italy Center, and we're meeting for our daily 7 p.m. meditation practice. Let's begin with paying homage to the Buddha and taking refuge in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. So there are many meditation centers in the world, and many people are practicing meditation, especially a lot of European or Western people are practicing meditation. So it is not unusual to practice meditation for Western people these days, in this time. But it is unusual to come together and practice meditation in a limitless way, concerned with the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. So we are a Buddhist organization, and we are an organization for the original nature. So this is an original nature tradition. Sayadaw U Thammasara, the founder of Thabarwa, he is teaching us not just a meditation, but to do good deeds with mindfulness and detachment limitlessly. And this detachment is not to do as someone in particular, not to do according to some place in particular, not to do according to some situation or some idea in particular. And this kind of opens up the gates for doing limitlessly, helping others, practicing meditation, following precept, the cultivation of wholesome states of mind. This is a unique tradition in the world, and many people have misperceptions or the wrong understanding about Thabarwa. and also about Sayadaw. But if you can practice more seriously meditation and doing good deeds, and understand this principal point about detachment. What is detachment? What is it to give away? What is it to forgive? What is it to not be someone in the midst of the appearance of someone? It takes a lot of bravery, but luckily or fortunately, according to our blessings, we are doing meditation concerned with the Sangha. And the Sangha has been successful for a very long time in cultivating detachment. Some of us are more or less experienced, but if we can listen to Sayadaw teaching, if we can be serious about the Buddha's teachings, then this place, this environment, this community, which is a global community founded in Myanmar, our main centers are in Myanmar, and the majority of the group is not European or Western. The majority of the group are monks and nuns, yogis, meditators, volunteers from Burma, from Myanmar, which is a Buddhist country. So it actually can be a little bit intimidating how much support we have, how much opportunity we have here. And so sure, feel intimidated, but also feel supported to practice seriously and to meet the razor's edge. So many people are on the street, addicted to drug or alcohol, or they are seriously depressed, or seriously schizophrenic or unstable. And there are other people who are wealthy or stable, but they don't care about doing good deeds. They don't think about doing good deeds, and so they will experience some pleasure or some good conditions until their blessings run out, and then they will be lost. So to be a human being, just to be a human being, wow, it's a big blessing and an even bigger responsibility. But to be a meditator, to be a yogi, it's much more important than being a CEO. And think about how much money CEOs have and how much this world values and gives importance to money. So this is very important. This is more important than eating, more important than sleeping, more important than thinking, more important than being someone or doing something or being somewhere. These are just like stories we tell ourselves, and if the conditions change or if the environments change, your story won't make any sense. But guess what will make sense? No matter what situation or people you are around or what mental state you are in, doing more and more good deeds with mindfulness and detachment. So doing good deeds is a lot like sharing, helping, taking care. We can call it meditating, we can call it volunteering, we can call it deep and compassionate listening, we can call it facilitating for meditation. Really, doing good deeds is all about showing up and being there. And once you're there, once you get up, once you step into the fold, what better to do than to take care? than to help, than to serve, than to forgive and be open, especially with ourselves, because the biggest troublemaker in Thabarwa is you. Biggest troublemaker. So you are the one who needs the most forgiveness, the most loving kindness, the most help. And so we understand in Buddhism that by donating, by volunteering, by sharing, by helping, by organizing, by facilitating, by practicing meditation, we help. And because we are in a community, we need to communicate about when we are confused, about when there is a misunderstanding. We need to be open to communication and to realize that this is not a created truth tradition. We are using the created truth. We are experiencing the created truth. Oh, Buddhism, meditating together. But actually, this is a tradition of the ever-new impermanent nature, immediately, always. The umbrella of Thabarwa is the umbrella of ever-new impermanent nature. So we should try seriously to know about it, to know about detachment. Doing good deeds with mindfulness is good enough for ordinary people. But for all, doing good deeds with mindfulness is not enough. We have to detach. We have to be skillful to detach. And that will take time. But in the meantime, and hopefully it won't be too mean, we have to learn about the theory, learn about the principle of detachment, learn about the principle, the theory that you are not someone. What? I'm a monk. Of course I'm someone. Well, what happens if you take off the cloth that you're wearing and you walk into the street? You think anyone cares you're a monk, or even if you're a woman or a man, you're just a naked person. Now what if you take off your skin? What kind of person will you be then? And this skin, this body, our mental formations, they are just impermanent. They are just like clouds already, whether we realize it or not. So that's an important part of the truth, is that the truth is the truth whether we realize it or not. And because we are a Buddhist organization, and Thabarwa specifically, a truth tradition, a original nature tradition, that's what Thabarwa means. Thabarwa means original nature. We don't have to debate about what the truth is. We need to learn about what the truth is, because the Buddha taught the truth. And Sayadaw is a truth representative. Call him an arhat, call him a bodhisattva, call him a monk, call him the Dhamma king of our organization, whatever you like to call him, he is representing the truth. And we will learn about the truth through our experience by following the teachings and doing the practice. So the teachings and the practice in Thabarwa come together. Doing good deeds with mindfulness and detachment limitlessly, more and more. What doesn't have a limit? Impermanence doesn't have a limit. Interbeing, or no self. No self, it's a subtle term, but Thich Nhat Hanh, he have a good translation for it, which is interbeing. The inseparation, the lack of separation that is possible. There's no separation that's possible. It's ridiculous. It is insanity. The grasping onto separation is the root of schizophrenia. There is nothing that is separate already. Doesn't matter what you think about. You have money, you talk about things, you drive a car. You are breathing. And that is why you are not separate. And if we practice seriously, we will realize the I-lessness that is at the foundation of every moment already, whether we like or dislike, or it's boring or whatever. already the eyelessness is there. We think about something like blindness, right? Oh my gosh, if I'm blind, what will I do? I'm a monk, so hopefully people will take care of me if I'm blind. But anyway, close your eyes. What can you see? You are blind. You can see. Oh, maybe Jesus just moved somebody's eyelids around. So when we practice meditation, it is one of the greatest good deed that support us to detach, right? So most of our attachment, a lot of our attachment concerned with the body, we're moving around, we're doing things, right? People think we are beautiful, or people think we can help them with something. We can move our body around. And then when we stop moving, we just go to sleep. We go into this void, or, seems like a poor man's emptiness or a poor woman's emptiness, spiritually poor. Some people, they drink themselves to sleep, or they take all of these substances to make them sleep. But when we practice meditation, one of the major practices is that we sit still, but also aware. And our posture can help a lot with that, but sometimes I think in the West, people emphasize the yoga, the posture too much. If you go to Myanmar, you see a lot of people, they hunched over, but they are meditating seriously, So the position of the mind is more important, but because we are so attached to the body, we have to consider that, right? So we sit still, we sit in a somewhat comfortable position, and we sit upright. And you can try to kind of turn in your pelvis, your lower back, kind of turn it in so that it's more like a spring, so that it's more active. You may not be able to hold it that way, but you can feel the alertness that goes along with that. And then when we sit still and we make sure that we're comfortable, there's a lot of habit energy that doesn't know what to do. Because we're used to being still when we go to sleep, or we're kind of fading off, or we're moving around, we're active, we're doing things. So when we sit down and we're comfortable and stable and still, all that habit energy kind of, it says, hey, I'm important. This. People worry about the noise outside, but, the issue is all the noise that you have inside of yourself. So we sit like that, and we notice all this moving around in our mind, in our body, all these points of interest. And what we actually do is we practice dana. We give away that moment by moment grasping. So sometimes it's a big grasp, then we have to give away a lot. Maybe we change our posture, we really adjust our breathing so that we can disentangle from that thought or that feeling in the body, that neutrality, that pleasantness, that unpleasantness. And we give it away, we kind of offer it out, we volunteer our disturbance for the meritorious deeds. And considering that the truth is already the truth, so you kind of have to be very flexible about how you practice meditation. Otherwise you weave a web of meditation attachment, and that's also not correct. But also it's convenient because When we sit and we're comfortable, stable, we have the good conditions, the supportive conditions. The Buddha is here, Bhante is here, our community is here. So there's a lot to bring us in, right? To encourage us. And then we practice doing good deeds. We practice the present moment action of mindfulness of breathing. And what does that mean? You just breathe. But you breathe only. That doesn't mean that you reject these thoughts, these feelings in the body, because then you'll be in a fight with yourself. But rather you're doot, 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 and it can become continuous or it can become very fast, so fast it seems to be continuous. Or you can sit in here for an hour and just grit your teeth. But if you have a good heart and you are with your breathing and you're kind of, trying to process all this, you're doing good deeds. You're going to make a lot of merit like that. And then we, as a way of doing good deeds, much like how those people who need help, those people who are sick, those people who are hopeless and helpless, they are this opportunity for us to make merit in meditation. It's like that too. And this breathing, we're not pleasuring ourselves by breathing. It's not releasing endorphins or anything. So this breathing is a little bit vulnerable. It's impermanent and it feels shy about being impermanent. This body is shy about so many things. A little bit scared, a little bit uncertain. So when we bring the awareness to the moment by moment experience directly, now, to the breathing, again and again, we practice meditation. So let's try to practice a meditation like that for a few minutes. And don't be shy about breathing deeply. And you get into a crevice, or you get into a slump or something. You breathe a little bit more deeply. Bring that oxygen in. Bring that mindfulness in. And so the breathing is a good opportunity, but also every phenomena is a good opportunity. Every chut in the body and in the mind, we start thinking about things, horrible. And then we come back to the breathing, but then also we hear the sound of the bell, or we notice different sensations in our foot or our face, different tensions, and we relax them, but also we use the present action of mindfulness. And we use that present action of mindfulness in such a way where get out the expectation, the meditation experience expectation. That is a disaster. That's why everyone fail and give up at meditation very quickly. We're not here to have a meditation experience. We're here to do the present action of mindfulness only. It's only there immediately. What we're going to write books about a snap. We write books about sensation in our body or tension or, my body is uncomfortable. No, that doesn't matter. We learn how uncomfortable the body is and how uncomfortable it is, spiritually uncomfortable, to grasp onto the body, to grasp onto the body being or feeling a certain way. And then, of course, we develop these tendencies where if my mind doesn't feel a certain way, or if my body doesn't feel a certain way, well, I guess I need to abuse myself. And we start to transform that mind, that habit energy, when we experience the freedom from past and future and the freedom from created truth, which is just our ideas, the things we make up, moment by moment. That present action of mindfulness can kind of whoosh, and then it becomes more of a curious situation. So we get rid of, they set up all these retreats for people to have meditation experiences. It's a wrong intention. It's not correct. So when we drop that view, I'm coming in to feel good, I'm coming in to have a meditation experience, then what are we doing? What is happening? What is the body? What is the mind? What is this experiencing like? And rather than using the breath, kind of remembering that the breath is there and that it is giving life, it's happening, and so the body can continue happening, and so that we can use the body and mind to free ourselves from the body and mind. And that is using with detachment rather than using with some desire. I'm going to be, I'm going to feel really relaxed and really good. You're going to feel really bad if you can't calm that mind down that's just seeking pleasure. First it was cheeseburgers, and now it's meditation. So detach from cheeseburgers and meditation, and be curious about this present moment experiencing that is happening already. And be brave to endure, but also you be gentle, be flexible, be soft. One of the watching out points for our meditation is that we don't get into a kind of hypnotic state, but it's actually a very active, continuous action of mindfulness. And if we notice we get into this kind of clouded or fogged state, we can use a word, we can use the word everything. Everything, everything. Kind of brighten out the mind. Clear out the cloudiness of our lack of curiosity. Everything that is already interbeing or no self, everything that is already impermanent. And so when those thoughts come up, don't fall into the wrong view of someone thinking. There is not someone thinking already. Be more like the noticer and use the mindfulness of breathing, the present moment action of the experience of breathing, as if it were important. Like if you are riding a bike and you are going through a limited space with cars on the other direction going fast, you see that your moment by moment awareness and your moment by moment action of awareness is important. So too, when these thoughts come up and when our apparent identity grasp onto these thoughts, that we detach directly by going back to the present moment action of mindfulness. And rather than thinking or dwelling on thinking, you can use the word everything. Or you can use the word not someone. just come back to the present action of mindfulness. The mindfulness or the direct experience of the in-breath through the nose and the body, the out-breath that is already not someone, clearing the air of created truth with each present action of directly experiencing the breathing. And forgiving yourself, forgiving everyone. It is like seeing a horse and thinking, a horse can be ridden. I will ride that horse to a mountain somewhere with the natural hot springs, where it snows sometimes. And getting on the horse and trying to ride it somewhere, to that place. Firstly, you don't know where you are going. And most of us don't know much about where we actually are. And in this case, we are trying to ride a horse. So rather than fixating on a destination or what I want or where I want to go, which is all fine and will come up, we should firstly, and we must firstly, make friends with this horse. And this horse is your current condition of the body and mind. Instead of trying to change it or fix it or solve it or beat it into submission, surely it will give you a good kick in the jaw. You have to accept the way that you are right now. Even more true, you have to be mindful of the way that you are right now to be able to accept. And that being mindful of the way that you are right now, or that the body and mind that you are entangled with right now, is what it is. So we must first experience the way that the body is and the way that the mind is, without tying ourselves to it and then being dragged around when we do a wrong action. So how can we make the horse our friend? By being more mindful of the present action of breathing. And also by doing many, many kinds of good deeds. Think about it. Be devoted to it. Be serious about donating. Be serious about volunteering. Be serious about helping other people to continue on the path, on the way. Be serious about understanding, considering what is mindfulness, what is it to be mindful, what is it to be aware of what's happening right now, experientially, instantaneously. And from that curriculum, from that hot springs of dana and sila, you will be prepared, you will be relaxed enough, you will have the good enough conditions, enough blessings to practice meditation seriously. And then, slowly but surely, that horse, which is appearing as yourself or your body and mind, but is actually the original nature, is the truth, it will be reliable to go wherever you need to go. I can pray that we will all realize that we don't need to go anywhere or do anything to be at peace with ourselves. Everything is already everything. Every phenomena, thought or sound or sight or feeling in the body is a true nature point or a remembering point. So use everything. Be mindful of everything. One of the most powerful ways that we get blessings or that we make merit, that we get the good effects, is to endure, to be with, even though it's boring or unpleasant. To face it, to be with it, to hold the hand of whatever phenomena is happening right now. We can bring the awareness deep into the body, feeling our lungs expanding, feeling the heart beating, aware of the whole body from the inside. And whenever the mind wanders out, whenever the breath goes out, bring the mind home to the present action of mindfulness. We must be willing to follow the body and the mind, to look at it and to see how it's going, to see what's happening and to just follow and be along for the ride until we can have the authority or the experience to lead the mind. So our present moment actions of mindfulness allow us to follow, to be with, not to chase after, but to kind of notice what's going on. And as we notice more and more what's actually going on, rather than these reactivities that we have, detachment becomes natural. Relaxation becomes natural. Concentration becomes natural. Okay, thank you all for voting in the Dhamma election. I hope that you stuffed the ballot box. And we'll now open up the space for any questions that anyone has or any sharing. We are at the meditation center, we are at the Thabarwa center, so the practice never stops. We just, the present moment action of mindfulness, we find good deeds to do, we follow precept and careful and mindful, walking slowly, closing doors quietly as much as we can. Everything that we're doing with the action of mindfulness, that is making the right vote. And then we detach from ourselves. Which is not so different. Stronger. We have to be more gentle, we have to be more forgiving, and we have to be compassionate. Most of all with ourselves. And this self, what is it? What is the self? It's like if someone gave you a handful of slime and said, this is, eat this. You say, what is this? And then that person says, oh, it's this, this, and this. But it's very strange. Maybe it's changing heat. Maybe it has teeth. Maybe it looks like it can see. Maybe it's transmitting thoughts. You're experiencing thoughts in relationship to the slime. So you say, I'm not sure I should just eat this. I'm going to examine this. I'm going to question this. I'm going to look into this. This is not a skepticism. It's an inquiry. It's a curiosity. What is this? And inside, what is the self? It's not frantic, it's not figuring things out. It's a curiosity, it's a wonder. The experience we're having now is a wonder, and also that looking into it in the proper way, it's a wonder. If we could put A and O together, that's what it would be. And I'm going to get to the no self. That's just. But the looking, the curiosity, the wonder, the noticing how uncomprehendable this experience or boring, just be seeing. And we see how strange and interesting is. We will not have the energy to, create a drama or be a character in a story. We say, no, I'm not a character in a story. I have to do the good deeds. And we'll really mean it. And the only person you can really cheat is yourself. You can't cheat anyone else as bad or as much as you can cheat yourself. Okay, any question? Any sharing? Maybe online, we'll see. Okay, so let's finish with the sharing the merit. Everyone can repeat after me. And this sharing the merit process, it's kind of like when you get together with a bunch of people and you dig where there is treasure, and then you find the treasure. Well, we're going to fight over it, we're going to kill each other over it, we're going to just keep it for ourselves. Well, the best thing to do is a big treasure we share with all. And the Dhamma is the greatest treasure. There's nothing more valuable than the Dhamma. And I don't know, that's what I've experienced. And if you don't feel that way, you don't have to support the Dhamma or listen to the Dhamma. You do what you want. But so when we come together like this is a successful merit-making activity. We're doing good deeds concerned with mindfulness and detachment. We're doing good deeds concerned with understanding ourselves in a deeper level. The more that we can understand ourselves, the more we can understand others and help others. So there's so much merits, so much gold coins, treasures, emeralds, sapphires, rubies. And so we've dug down into this. We've discovered the treasure, the mindfulness and detachment. And we're going to dedicate those merits towards all beings, not just to keep for ourselves or for this group, but for all. So welcome to bring your hands together with me, and you can repeat after me. May all the merits that we have done till now be dedicated and shared out towards all sentient beings. May all sentient beings receive, rejoice, and share in our merits. May it be. May it be. May it truly be. Sadhu. 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 Okay, thank you, Buddha. Thank you, Dhamma. Thank you, Sangha. Yes.
I'm going to decide to leave towards 6 o'clock.
Okay, yeah.
Could we share hands together for 2
It was a wonderful day.